so this was weird. I had recorded a video for 13 minutes and I had my little microphone on. And one reason why I use a microphone, you probably just heard my heat come on. And in the summer, my air, when I have the microphone, I don't think that anybody can hear it. So I don't like any distractions. Anyway, I went to go edit it. And for some odd reason, I don't know if it was the topic that I was discussing or if something was messed up, because there was a beeping through the whole video. And it was like a beep, beep, beep. I'm like, really? 13 minutes. And now I'm gonna try it again. I hope I remember everything I said. I didn't lie, so it should come back. But sometimes when I discuss things that I see, feel, or hear, sometimes I forget. Especially if it was a message to somebody. I have this talent that if it's not important and not important to me, I can dismiss it. And I don't remember what was said, heard, or done. I've always had that. I don't know why. But you always hear that, liars will fumble with their stories and because they can't remember anything because it's not true. Well, that's not always right and accurate. I would assume if they're lying, like in a relationship, saying, they didn't cheat or whatever, they fumble in that story for sure. This video is about this man that I met, I want to say like a couple of years ago. I might be a year too long. I'm not 100% sure. I met him on the dating site that I created on Facebook. And for Starseeds, as you know, if you've watched my videos, you're aware. We've talked for a while and we somehow, I don't remember the timelines on this. And I can't remember who said what first. But one of us had stated that we both were incarnated at the same time as Jesus. Or near, close to that. And I've mentioned that all of my incarnations on Earth have been important timelines. So that makes sense. I don't know if any lifetimes that I remember, I know I can't remember them all, that have not been important. I don't even know if I talked about this one where I was a child and my star family had to come and get my soul, come and get me. I don't know if I got real sick or what, but they said that the world wasn't ready for my gifts that I had. And that just blew my mind. And that was during my beginning of my awakening. We both had figured out or knew that we were both incarnated at the same time back then. And he had healed me somehow, but I healed him. He had a bad heart. He had a wife and children. And I have felt that we were close. And I know why, because we're star family. And so he came to me kind of like distraught and needing help because his heart was bad. And I healed him. I put one hand on his chest, one hand on his forehead, or it was one hand on my chest and one hand on his forehead. And I healed him, and he collapsed at my feet. And I don't know why he collapsed, if it was in pain. I don't think it was in pain because I had just healed him. For gratitude or just his energy was zapped out. I don't know. But he was grateful, very grateful. As was I, because he was my friend. Something tells me that Jesus had taught us how to do that, saying, hey, you have the same gifts that I have. Here's how to use them, kind of thing. Kind of fast forward a little bit. His name was Abel. My name was Mary. And no, I was not Jesus' mom. I know I see him walking around with a book and he would teach the gospel. I think is how it was worded to me. He would teach the Word of God, just like Jesus did. Fast forward to today. When this past summer, he was kayaking, and he sent me videos of him kayaking. And I happened to see his feet. And I remember thinking, oh, he's got really nice feet for a man. He's got really nice feet for a man. Did I say that right? I don't know. But I don't have a foot fetish. But I do recognize when people, men and women, have nice feet. But I remember thinking that. And I never said anything, of course, because that would be weird. He may be watching this video now. I don't know. And if he is, I'm going to feel weird. Oh, and then fast forward a little bit. He went to Sedona to see Cryon. So he said, I don't know if he had other reasons going there, and you'll know why I'm saying that just a second. I noticed in the picture he sent me, he was barefoot, and for some reason, I zoomed into my phone and looked at his feet, and they were red, had red sand on them because he was in the Antelope Canyon, and it's all red, dirt, sand, what do you want to call it there. And I remember thinking again, oh, he's got such nice feet for a guy. You know, more was going through my head. I wonder if he walks around barefoot all the time because you're supposed to, especially when you're on Mother Earth. Not like through Walmart or anything like that. It's when you're connected to Earth. Back to the subject of, I think that's why he was in Sedona. And the reason why I say that is because he went and saw Cryon not even like a couple of months before he went to Sedona. And I remember thinking, wow, this guy's really addicted to Cryon. Well, I am too, but he makes me cry every time I listen to him. When he said he was going there, I'm like, you know, okay. We had talked back and forth that we had an interest in each other. But he wanted to come to me for hypnosis. And then we would just barely talk about meeting. And I said, I don't think either one of us will relocate to start dating or anything. So that would be a lost cause. And he agreed. No big deal. We kept talking. So again, he's in Sedona. And when I saw that picture of him in the canyon, I immediately thought he met somebody. And it was a consistent, persistent thought. Like I needed to know, and it was weird because I'm like, okay already. And sometimes that happens when I need to know, needs to be said, or I don't know. Well, he came back, or not here, he lives in a different state. I think it's Kentucky. When he got home, he texted me. And he said it in a way where I thought, does he think I'm going to get mad? Some people would. Not everybody. He said, I am sorry, but I've met somebody, and I can't remember every word he said after that. But I remember thinking, oh, I hope he doesn't think I'd get mad at him. And I texted him back and I said, I know you did. And I'm happy. I'm so happy for you. And we still stay in contact. And she's moved in with him. They're very happy. And I'm very happy for both of them. And he seems to think they're soulmates. And that's perfect. I mean, you can't wish for more than soulmates if you want a relationship. So we stayed in contact still. I think that's all that I wanted to talk about in that last video. Oh, we were talking about something. I don't remember what we were talking about. And he answered it. And, I asked for his guidance in how to expand myself spiritually. God. And because I got a message today. I've been getting a message actually, but they keep telling me, I think it's them, to become a vegetarian, to cleanse my body and start my spiritual journey. So I asked him, because I trust him completely, and said, you know, if you can give me any advice or guidance on how to do this, since we are incarnated here under the veil of forgetfulness. And since I have forgotten that part of me, if you can give me advice or guidance, I would appreciate it. And he gave me a very small paragraph of words, and that meant the world to me, and it meant something. And I said, thank you, and that I was grateful that he was able to share that advice with me. And then I get a vision. I'm down at his feet, probably in that same time era, and I'm bathing his feet. I'm cleaning them. And then I take my dress or apron or whatever I had on, it was my clothing, and I dried his feet. And I said, oh my God, I just had a vision. And I told him what I just said. And I said, was that you? Because sometimes we can correlate like that. He'll say, that resonates. You know what I mean? And he said, I don't know. And I said, oh, okay. So the answer has got to come to me. And so I Googled, what does that mean? Something was telling me that means something in that time era. What does it mean to cleanse and wash somebody's feet? And it means, in that time era, a form of selfishness and gratitude. And then when I read that, it came across to me, yes, it was him. Sometimes all of us don't get information like that all at once, like a vision. Oh, I know it was you kind of thing. We'd get a vision, we have more questions, and then slowly, if not very fast, immediately get the answer. And he and I do that. We will say, let me think about that today, and when I get an answer, I'll give it to you. Then I gave him that back. I'm like, it was you. And I don't know what he said. I don't even know if he replied to that. Something told me to do this video on this topic today, and I don't know why, but when I have that feeling, I act on it, especially since I know and trust my intuition and my channeling and everything, and I'm working really hard on not doubting myself. I was doubting myself again recently. I was beating myself up because I'm like, who am I? You know, I'm not worthy of these gifts kind of thing. And we are all worthy. We all have gifts. You just have to tap into them. We all forgot. We're born under the veil of forgetfulness, so we have forgot. I was going around spreading God's word with Jesus and Abel, and which is my friend now, which has a different name, of course. And I forgot. I forgot everything. I don't know. But I do know in all my carnations, that, or most of them, that I had several gifts. And I do now. And more keep coming to me. Oh, on a really quick note, I had a visit last night. And I've been getting kind of down, as I always do when I don't get a visit. And it's been quite a while. And I'm going to attach a video now about not a video, a picture of what I see. So when I describe the white TV static, you'll know what I'm talking about. And this picture I come across and I'm like, that's what I see. I'm going to send it on YouTube. I did have a visit last night, and I was trying to go to sleep. My pills weren't really very active. And I remember laying there with my eyes closed, knowing I had to get up at 5 a.m. And I felt an entity either walking through my bed or crawling on it. Sometimes it's hard to tell, and my back was to them. And I felt them either crawl or walk through to directly behind me. And that made me happy. And I always throw out there, if you're not a high vibrational entity, you know, in God's light and love, you have to go. And I didn't feel it leave or anything, but it stayed behind me. And then I remember thinking, I wonder if it's laying down behind me. And then I was thinking again, is this my soulmate? Because I often, very often, ask him to come and lay beside me at night. And the more that these things happen, that I feel like somebody's crawling or walking through my bed, something's telling me that that's probably him. Because when I'm down or low, I ask him to come in and lay beside me and hold me. And because we've been together for eons. So this video is long. I've got to edit it and put it out today. So I'm going to end this here. I love you guys tremendously, and I hope you know this. And I'm going to send you love, light, and peace. Bye.